everybody. My name is Pat, and this is going to be a full body functional training workout under 30 minutes long. I've got one class member who is off camera, who I'll be monitoring to make sure I don't make this too hard, but hard enough. Okay, so we're going to start by warming up with this opposite arm, opposite leg march. Just going to get our joints warmed up. You can make this kind of big. And then we're going to put that down and go into a lunge, stepping back into a lunge. If you can, take your knee all the way down. If you can't quite get there, that's fine. Just warming up the knee joint a little bit. One more. And then hands to the shoulders. By the way, you'll need a chair for a couple of the exercises we're doing. Reverse that. You can probably get by without a chair, but it'll come in handy for a couple of things we're doing. All right, little trunk twists here. And side bend, try to displace the hip just a little bit. And then all the way around, little back bend, reverse. Of those. And then through the legs, another little back bend here. Okay, I'm going to do hip circles. And reverse that. And last thing in our warm-up is a little knee circles. Nice and slow, and then reverse that. All right, so we're going to do a little cardio to start off with. We're going to do our imaginary jump rope. Alternate legs here. You can pretend you're an expert jump roper. 2, 3 jumps. And then back 2. Double jump. Double. All right, and some jumping jacks. Let's get our heart rate up a little bit. All right, and we're going to do side lunges. So step out to the side, big hip hinge back, sit down, and then go to the other side. Hinge back. Do 8 more of those. Halfway through. Last 2. Okay, we're going to do little skips here. Okay, we put that down and grab your chair. Let's see. This is what we're going to do. So we're going to do a one-legged squat. I'm going to start on my right leg. Left foot is out a little bit and on the heel. Big hip hinge back, slowly let yourself down, touch the chair and back up. If you can't make it all the way down the chair, just go down as far as you can. So the knee should stay behind the ankle the whole time. Big hip hinge every single time. Let's do one more. Switch legs. Left foot, left leg bends, right foot is out. You can do a full pistol squat, go for it. I can't do that. 2 more. Okay, I'm gonna do some dips with this chair. So, little up and downs here. Working on the tricep muscle. Four more. And hold that. Chair out of the way. So, those familiar with foundation training, this is going to be a founder. So we're working on the low back muscles. So I'm going to turn to the side and it'll be better. So feet at hip distance apart, weights back under the heels. Just drawing the legs together without moving them. Breathe up into the chest. You're kind of decompression breathing, trying to get your torso long. And then we're going to just pull the hips back so that we put this little arch in our low back. So that's the area that we're working on right there. Go into it one more time. It's a very subtle movement, hips back, little arch right here, and then we're gonna take the arms all the way forward. Very little bend in the knee. And we have this tug of war where the fingers are reaching out, hands reaching out, and the rear end's going back. So we're gonna go in and out of that a few times. Don't let the knees bend very much. Keep that arch in the low back. 2 more of those. This time we're going to stay out there and hold it. So the weight's way back on the heels, toes clamped down, very little bend in the knees, legs squeezing together. The low back is working to support this posture. And then we're going to just bring our arms all the way up, a little more work on the low back. Deep breaths here. And come out of that. Okay, back to some cardio. So we're doing this high knees. And we're going to switch to butt kicks. A little bit different action on the leg. And back to high knees. And then back to the butt kicks. All right, put that down. Squats. So feet about mat distance apart. Turning out the toes a little bit. Big hip hinge back. We're really going to sit down into our chair here, our imaginary chair, and then press up through the heels. Inhale down. Exhale up. Really want to be in the rear of the body here. We're working the big muscles in the back of the leg and the rear end. Really important functional strength movement here. 2 more. This time we get down there, we're going to stay. Little pulses here. I'm going to turn to the side. And hands out in front of your shins. Straighten up the legs some. The torso is now long out in front of you. Turning up one palm at a time and lifting. It's called gorilla lifts. This is a foundation training exercise. One more on each side. And fingertips to the shins, pressing up to the heels. Back to standing. And we're going to do these little twists. So we're trying to work our oblique muscles here, doing a little bit of cardio. If you want, feel a little aggressive, you can ball up the fist and make these big hooks. A few more. Speed it up a little bit. All right, grab the chair again. And so I'm going to be on my right foot, the chair slightly to my left. I'm going to use my left hand for balance here. And I'm going to do a Romanian deadlift. Right hand goes down to the ground, the left leg goes all the way up. Just a little bit easier with the chair for balance. You don't have to have the chair, but if you need it, it's there. Working the hamstring of the right leg. Two more. And put that down, and then move to the other side. So now I'm going to be working on the left leg using the right hand. The right leg goes up. Touch the ground with your left fingertips. I probably should be counting, but I forgot to. So let's do 3 more. Last one. Okay, you can put that down and get the chair out of the way. All right, we're going to do another foundation training exercise called woodpecker. So the right foot is forward, left foot behind. You're going to be up onto your toes on the back foot. Both feet are straight ahead. Little tiny bend in the front knee. This leg scissor together here. So there's a big push here between your legs. You breathe up into the chest. And doing this decompression breathing. Arms all the way up. Getting our torso as long as we can get it. And keeping that length in our torso, drop the arms, hinge out long over that front leg. Shoot the arms out, fingertips together. And then we're going to take a rotation out to your right from the hip. So the right hip will go back a little bit. And then when we come back, you squeeze the right glute to bring you back to center. Turn out to the right, squeeze the glute to come back to center. 2 more. Squeeze. Last one, come out there, hold it for just a second. Squeeze that glute. Arms all the way up, pressing through the heel of the front foot and the toes of the back foot. And come out of that, shake that leg out. Other side, left foot forward, right foot back. Make sure both feet are straight ahead, little bend in the front knee. Legs scissoring together here, arms up. Trying to get space between the vertebrae. You can now lift your rib cage up out of your hips. You keep that length in your torso, drop the arms, hinge out long over that front leg, shoot the arms forward. Sphere of tension here, and then we're gonna do a rotation to the left this time, squeezing the left glute to come back. So the left hip drops back to the left, and then squeeze the glute to come to center. 2 more. Squeeze. Last one, hold it out there for a second. Squeeze, arms all the way up. And try to get 1 more inch of length here. And come out of that. Shake that leg out. Okay, last standing. We're gonna do, that's kind of a slow burpee. So we're gonna do a big squat, big hip hinge back. Hands come down. You can step or jump back. You can stay in plank or drop your knees and do a push-up or do a regular push-up. Come back up. Then you can step forward or you can jump forward. Get your balance, come up, doing a squat, and then 1 little toe raise. All right, here we go. Hips back. Push up. Come forward. Get your balance all the way up. Let's do 3 more. Big hip hinge every time we do our squat. Try to make our form really good since we're not going fast here. Last 2. And 1 more. Good job. Okay, we're going to go down into a plank. So just get in a nice rigid plank here, and we're just going to hold this. Would make it more challenging by drawing our hands together without moving them, drawing our feet together without moving them. So the whole core of the body is working. And you can drop your knees down. We're going to do bird dog here. So left arm is long, right leg is long, eyes looking straight down. Goal here is not to move the spine at all, while you bring the elbow and knee together in the center. Using the core to balance us while our limbs are moving. 2 more. And catch your balance in the long position. Put those limbs down. Right arm, left leg. Same thing. Get really solid through your core. And then elbow and knee come together in the center. 2 more. And catch your balance in the long position. Put those limbs down. And get over onto our backs. So we're going to do Russian twist. This is an ab exercise. You can keep the heels down and kind of balance on your sits bones here, or you can bring them up a little bit harder if they're up. And then we're going side to side. Kind of combines cardio and an ab exercise. Go a little bit faster. And we can put that down. All right. We come over to alternating between a regular plank and a forearm plank. If this is too hard, just stay in plank or stay in forearm plank. Either one is fine. 3 more. Last one. And put that down. All right. I'm gonna turn my mat this way. I'm gonna do a bridge, regular bridge. So, knees are bent a lot, feet flat on the ground, arms out at kind of a V. We're gonna press up hard through our glutes here, turning on those muscles, lifting our hips up. You're gonna balance on your left foot, lift the right leg up at 45 degrees, hold, and you can put that down, and then right foot balances, left foot comes up. Put that leg down, one more time straight up in the center with both legs. And then slowly come down. We're going to do a foundation bridge, so straighten the legs just a little bit. The straighter they are, the harder. Balance on your heels this time. Bring the feet and the knees together. Press up into the bridge. And then without moving anything, you're going to draw your heels towards your rear end. That will turn on the hamstring muscles. And you can release that and come down. Let's switch back over to the belly. Okay, I'm going to get this way. So we're going to do a plank again. This time we're working on our oblique muscles. We're going to do little reach throughs. If this is too much, just stay in plank. Two more. Okay, you can put that down. All right. Let's do one more foundation training exercise. So we're going to go down on our belly. Forehead is down on the mat. Toes are turned under, feet are together, and the legs are pressing together. The palms are down on the ground outside your hips, and just spread them out a little bit. Press the hips hard down on the mat. Lift the hands, head, and torso up a few inches. And try to get long through your torso. And slowly come down. Do that 2 more times. Here we go. Press up into it. Slowly come down. One more. Press up. And hold it. Down. You can press back into a child's pose for just a second. Okay, we're going to do something called an 8-point plank. So your elbows are just in front of your shoulders here. Forearms down. Toes are turned under, your legs are hip distance apart. We're going to push up through our knees with a low, flat back. Eyes looking straight down. And then we're going to, without moving anything, draw your elbows and knees towards each other, towards the center of your body. And then fingertips and toes straight down in the ground. This is a really safe way to do an ab exercise. Okay, you can release that. Getting close to the end. So we're going to do this, start in a plank position. And we're doing something called mountain climbers. So the legs come up like so. Reaching towards your elbows. Lots of fun. Okay, put that down. Yeehaw. All right, almost done. Last couple. So we're gonna do some push-ups. So you can either do this on your knees or doing a regular push-up. We'll do 10. Nice, slow. You ever need to rest, just take a rest. That's halfway. Two more. And almost the last time. We're gonna do one more 8-point plank. So back to that little Sphinx posture. Get your torso lifted. And then press up through the knees with a low flat back. Draw elbows and knees towards each other. Fingertips and toes straight down. Press into this hard for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Yay. Flip over on the back. You're gonna bend the knees a lot here. Feet flat on the ground. Right leg crosses tightly over the left. Let the legs fall to the right. Don't let the left hip come up too much. Left arm long behind you on the ground. And you can rock your head back and forth. Just letting the breath slow down. Letting the heart rate slow down. Okay, bring your head back to neutral. One little crunch here. Left fingertips up to the ceiling. And come back down. Big stretch. And unravel out of that side. Left over right. The legs fall to the left. Right hip stays low. Right arm long behind you. Breathing into your right rib cage. And keep rocking your head if that feels good. Head back to neutral, right fingertips up to the ceiling. One last little crunch. And back down. Unravel out of that, prop up onto elbows. So your knees are gonna stay bent a lot here. Last thing we're doing, you can gently press them together. Grab the mat, traction your back as you lay down, get it as long as you can get it. You get all the way down, take your head in your hands and pull. Get your neck long. Both arms up and overhead behind you, interlacing the fingers. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth. Two more of those. Really deep inhale. Trying to get as much space as you can in between your vertebrae. Full exhale through the mouth. Last inhale as deep as you can take it. And try to exhale every bit of air out. Arms down, roll over to one side, head comes up less. Good job. You did it.